think I talked about this before, but I was thinking as I was doing my prosperity jar about how words are spells, right? So our tongue holds power and we speak life into our existence. So I was thinking about common things that we say all the time that we don't realize we're spell casting without even knowing it. Like regular common day sayings, like I'm sick and tired, right? I'm sick and tired. Why would you put that on yourself? We don't think about it like that. Like, think about when you're like hysterical laughing. You're like, I'm dying laughing. I printed out a list of words that are sayings that we say all the time, that it's crazy that we say these things and we don't mean them. But if you take the energy of the word, that's what we're doing. We are speaking it into our daily life, into our existence, into our bodies. So I'm going to read you some. That killed me when we're talking about something funny. I'm dead, meaning that was hilarious. This job is killing me. I'm buried at work. I almost had a heart attack when you get scared. I could have died of embarrassment. That scared me to death. Think about these things that we say. Over my dead body. How many times have you heard people say, over my dead body? Or what about when we're stressed? I can't deal with this. This is torture. Today has been a nightmare. I'm at the end of my rope. That was brutal. This is killing my vibe. I'm drowning in work. These are the things that we say that we don't even realize that we're putting in. We have to change that. We have to shift those words that we say. I'm such an idiot, self put downs. I'm the worst. I can't do anything right. Right? How many times have you heard people say, I can't do anything right? I'm cursed. I have the worst luck. I'm a mess. Typical me. Right? That's what people say. Typical me. When they're casting these disparaging things against themselves, you could just say, just my luck, same old negative. What else could go wrong? That's what we say a lot. Or something bad happens. Figures. So those are things that we need to change, right? When someone says, oh, you want to do something and you're like, no, I can't, I'm broke. You want to change that too. I'm being financially responsible right now, and that's just not part of this month's budget. I don't know, whatever it is. When somebody hurts you or is making you anxious, you'll say things like, they're driving me crazy, or you get angry. This burns me up. I'm fuming. Think about when you say the words, I'm fuming, and how that feels in your body. You can feel your body literally heat up. So be aware of the phrases that we say all the time, and how what we're doing is we're spell casting. We're spell casting. We're putting this vibration of these words have lower vibration, right? Dying, killing, it's too much. It's I'm such an idiot. Those are the vibrations that your body is absorbing, right? So change the words that you say to yourself when things aren't going the way they want. You can just say, oh, well, this is just teaching me something I need to learn. Or that's hilarious. I love laughing. Oh my God, I love laughing. Instead of saying, oh my God, that killed me. It's so funny. Why would we say that? Why do we say those things? And I'm being more conscious of it because I say those things too all the time, because that's just what's been in our verbiage, in our dialect. ever think about the things that we're saying, but words are spell casting. I've talked in another video about cursing. When we curse somebody, what we're doing is we're putting a curse on someone. When we're like saying, I wish them, and then fill in the blanks, or an F you, or you're a son of a bitch, or whatever, we are doing a curse, right? That's what we're doing. So we do it to ourselves by the words we say. I mean, especially stress, right? Stress. I am at the end of my rope. What does that mean? I can't deal with this. Well, okay, if you say that, then that's going to be true for you. I don't want to say those things anymore. I don't want to say I'm drowning. I'll say I'm drowning in work. I've said that before because I'll have so many things coming at me that I'm like, oh, how am I going to handle all of this, right? I feel like I'm drowning. Well, I don't want to, I don't want that, so I have to come up with better phrases, that make sense, that are not cursing on myself, that I'm not absorbing that energy. Maybe you could simple as I have a lot of things for work that I'm checking off my list. That's a true statement, right? Not that I'm drowning in work. That is a true statement. Somebody breaks your heart, right? You literally say, I'm heartbroken. And we don't want to break our own hearts, or they tore me apart, or they destroyed me. These are the things that we say, right? If you're going through a breakup right now, you may be feeling and saying to yourself, they destroyed me. They broke my heart. Maybe you can say, they really, really hurt me, but I am healing. I am healing my heart. I am healing my body. I know it's easier said than done. It really is. I get it, because I can't say that I don't say those things all the time, right? And when we do something that we think is not smart or stupid, we call ourselves dumb. I'm such an idiot. I'm so dumb. Or if you have a lot of things that happen to you, maybe you're going through a difficult cycle, you may start to say stuff like, I'm cursed. Well, if you believe that you're cursed, then you're going to have more evidence of that kind of showing up. So let's start changing the words and the sayings that we say, and think of it as we are spell casting against ourselves. And I want to spell cast with beautiful, positive words, because I am shifting my vibration. I am doing that. I am raising my frequency every day. All right. I just thought I would share that because it was interesting. So I was like asking, like, what are the common phrases that we say all the time that we don't even realize that we say? And that's one that these came up. And I was like, yeah, we do. We say those all the time. All right. I hope you guys like the videos. And do you have any that you say or your family has said, that you can share? And I would love it if you would subscribe, you would like, you would comment, you would share the videos. I'm building this platform. That's my goal for 2026. Okay, everybody. I hope you're having a beautiful start to the new year. See you next time.